Hey my dudes, it's Caitlin, and today we're going to be studying fundamental genetics. My iPad specs will be linked in the description if you're curious about that. So today we're going to be trying to finish an entire topic, and that includes reading, doing lectures, doing the learning objectives, doing the study set, doing the quiz, and doing the homework as well. So this is going to be a jam-packed day. So this is my studying area. I have the Chilled Cow lo-fi hip-hop radio going on in the background, which is amazing if you're doing something for a long time and just want background noise. And today we're going to be starting with the reading assignment. So I already did some of the reading today since it is later in the day. I usually get started like immediately in the morning, but today was a little bit of an off day for me, so I didn't start right at the beginning of the day like I wanted to. I will have the times that I spent on everything in this video. Let me know if you guys like that. So I have two sections to read for fundamental genetics today for this topic, and luckily it wasn't a ton of reading today. It didn't take me long at all, especially because I got like an hour of the reading out of the way. So I finished the reading pretty quick. In my D2L module, there's a checklist, so I can go to that checklist to see what I need to do. So the learning objectives and reading assignment are the first thing, and then I realized that there were 4 lectures today, which I knew was going to take forever. The lectures take me the longest to do. So I downloaded the PDF for my PowerPoint and the script to my PowerPoint and sent those to my iPad just so I can keep them organized and at hand if I need them. Luckily, I don't have to pause a video or even watch the video because it comes with a script, so I just import these into Notability. So I keep the script up on my computer and then my notebook open on my iPad so I can take the notes from the script. I don't even watch the video, I literally just take the notes from the script. I also use Procreate to make a title for my notes. Making the notes look neat is just my way of making it more enjoyable for myself. I really usually like taking notes, but just not for this class in particular. I'm not sure why. I think it's because most of the stuff I already learned in the reading, so this is just like a little bit of overkill for me. Later on, I try a different method to make the PowerPoints go by faster, but for now, this is what I've been doing for the past week, is just recopying the notes by handwriting them out. So there's notes for each slide, and I take the picture of the slide and then write the notes that go along with it. So I finished the first set of notes, and this is what they look like. It took me forever to do. It took me like over an hour to do. And then I got started on the next section. So for this section, I did the same thing, taking pictures of the PowerPoints and handwriting out all the notes from the script. So my favorite part is erasing the line that I split the columns with. I think it's so satisfying. For the probability lecture, I decided to do something different. I saw how long this lecture was and was like, there's no way I can write all this out today. So I ended up taking screenshots of the text for each slide, and then later on took screenshots of the slides that had important pictures and imported these as images into my notes and just highlighted the key terms, read over all of it. I think this is a more effective way of doing it. It takes me literally 1/18 of the time, and I still get all the information put together with the images. So this is definitely what I'm going to be doing from now on. Handwriting the notes can be beneficial, but for this class, I get a lot of the information from the reading, and the PowerPoints just reiterates what's in the reading. So I think I'm better off just doing this method. So I finally finished those notes and then did the same exact thing with the next set of notes. just screenshotting everything, importing it, and highlighting key terms. Like I said, I don't mind taking notes. I love taking notes, just for some reason, not for this class. I don't know why. So these are all the completed notes. As you can see, it was a lot of information, and if I hadn't screenshotted everything, it would have been probably like 15 pages of notes. So I'm glad that I screenshotted everything, because it would have taken me probably another like 3 hours to do. So now we're moving on to learning objectives, which took me like an hour to do. The first thing that I do is I set up the format of them. I have a whole document with everything for the learning objectives, homeworks, quizzes, all the questions and answers, and so I set up the format for this and then answer all the learning objectives. I use the book on my iPad and then correlate that with the questions in the learning objectives. So the format I have for my learning objectives document is I try to make the titles stand out and the questions, so everything's pretty broken up. I want it to be easy and digestible to read as much as possible. I put a lot more information than necessary in here usually. Then I had a quick little dinner break, and then I got back to finishing the learning objectives, which didn't take me too much longer. So Apollo wanted some attention and gave me a little break from studying, and I love when he does this. I think it's so cute. So I finished the learning objectives. You'll notice that some are still blank, and that's because they're examples, so I'm going to take screenshots of the examples from the homework and stuff and then fill in those gaps that I have. It's time to move on to the topic 5 study set. So I do the same thing. I reformat all the questions, like copy paste them, reformat them, add the images if I need to, and then I try to do all the problems. So I downloaded the key and then looked at the answers, fixed anything that I got wrong, and just corrected everything. So I finished the study set, and as you can see, it's really dense, really full of information. And now it's time for me to move on to the topic 5 quiz. The quiz did not take me long at all. I did pretty well on it too. I got, I think, like a 75%, but the ones that I got wrong were like just accidental mix-ups. It wasn't anything like serious, so I was really glad that I got most of it right. I copy and paste all the questions. It's a lot of back and forth. I probably should find a better method for this. I just want everything in one document, so when I go to study for the exam, that's literally next week, the second week of classes, I will have everything all in one document. For things that have answers for A, B, C, or D, I highlight the answer in green, so I know that it's the correct answer. So this also helps the answers stick out in the document for me as well. Now that I'm done with the quiz, I can check things off on my checklist, like the learning objectives, the quiz. I have a couple videos to watch that I'm going to watch in the morning just to reinforce the information that I learned today. And now it's time for me to move on to the homework. So we use something called Sapling through Macmillan Learning, and it's nice sometimes, but not when you have a million problems like this, because you only have 2 attempts on each problem. So I got started on the homework tonight, but I'll probably finish it tomorrow morning just so I can do some active recall of the information that I learned today, since it was so much information for one day. And yeah, that's about it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you guys with all of my heart, and let me know if you liked seeing the time that I spent on each subject for today's topic. And with all of that being said, thank you again for watching, and I will see you guys very soon in another video. Peace out, guys.